Welcome back. Let's continue with our next level. We have a couple of levels left until we continue with something new that comes after our code combat. But for now, let's click and play the hunting party. Okay. Okay, so what is the mission? We have to send all our soldiers to fight the enemies, their closest enemies, and we have to defeat all the enemies before the time runs out. So click start level, try out, and see you when you finish. Okay, hope you managed to solve the room yourself. Otherwise, here is the possible solution. So again, we have a loop. We search for the friends, we search for the enemies, and then we loop through all of our friends, find each friend, and tell him to attack the nearest enemy. And after we command all of our soldiers, we move to this position, and from there we find our nearest enemy and attack it. But there is a catch: how to find the nearest friends, the nearest enemies of our friends. If you remember, we used this already when we were searching for the nearest coins, so we will use the same approach, the same function. And if you remember, we have a gist with a little cheat sheet that helps us find the farthest and find the nearest, so we can go there. But we changed this a little bit. Before it was a normal loop. Now we packed this into a function that is called find the nearest enemy. We just have to change this a little bit because we changed the name here. It's find friends nearest enemy. So find friends nearest enemy. Okay, so inside of this function we check all the enemies, we loop through them and see which one is the closest. So this is the function, and this is the function's name, and here are the params enemies that we basically define here. So we have variable enemies, and when we do the function call, which is here, we pass in the params enemies. It sounds maybe a little bit complex, but don't bother, you can do it your way, but this is just to see how it's possible to use the function. So let's see now how our friends and hero defeat all the enemies in this level. Great job. Looks like we succeeded. Perfect. So now we can continue.